Hey, hi, friends. Hope all are doing well. Friends, in 2026, everybody wanted to become an entrepreneur. If you go and speak with any youngsters, or even a school student or a college student, you would see 70% or even more than 80% of them would say that they wanted to build something on their own. They wanted to start a venture. They wanted to become an entrepreneur. And now in this session, with the data that what we got from 100 entrepreneurs who built million and billion dollar businesses, and we're going to say what is the crux of becoming an entrepreneur. So, what really matters, what really required to become an entrepreneur. So, that's the thing that we're going to take it forward. So, the first thing that I want to share you to become an entrepreneur, what exactly do you need it? So, this is the same question that we put forward to all the 100 entrepreneurs. We asked them, how did this thing started? How did you build $1 million business or $1 billion business? You know, the starting point. There is one simple difference between the people who wish to be an entrepreneur and the people who are a successful entrepreneur. And this guys, I mean, there's 100 people, 90% of them is having same answer. Look at, I'm repeating, 90% of them is having same answer. They had an idea, they believed the idea, and they actioned upon it. The golden word is actioned upon it. So the biggest difference between the successful entrepreneurs are just the people who wanted to be an entrepreneurs. I mean, entrepreneurs. So they are not an entrepreneurs. They wanted to be an entrepreneur. So the biggest difference between these people is they do actions and these guys only think about it of becoming an entrepreneur, but they're not doing any action. So the learning from this lesson is if you want to be an entrepreneur, first of all, you have to believe in yourself and then you have to believe in the idea that you caught up, the problem statement that you caught up, the value addition that you're doing, you have to believe on it. And the golden word comes in action. So you should action upon it. You should roll out your idea. Okay. So that's the important thing. That's the first crux of becoming an entrepreneur. Now, the second thing, while we were speaking with this 100 people who's from across America, Africa, Middle East, Asia Pacific, we asked them, is that your final product was in the start? And the similarity is again the same. More than 70% of them had the similar answer. The fact is, these people didn't look for perfection. They looked for value creation. Okay. They were not sitting on their office, they were not sitting on their home and thinking about, hey, this is my idea and I'm going to make it perfect. Then I'm going to launch it. Rather than more than 70% of the people, okay, they had an idea, they rolled it out. Okay. They had an idea, they figured out what is value creation. They rolled out with an MVP. Rather than looking for perfection, they were looking for value creation. So the lesson from point number 2 is rather than digging deeper to become a perfect person, go start solving the problem. At whatever level that you could able to do it, start solving the problem. There is a quote again, saying that when you start a problem and when you start working on it, so the product get evolves. And entrepreneurs, the successful entrepreneurs used to say, if you have a good intent on having a good impact on the universe will give you the roadmap of what you want to build. So it's all about just being there. Got it? And solving the problem and nurturing it as much as possible. Okay, that's the second point. That's the second crux of becoming an entrepreneur. Now, the third and important thing, everybody feels that, a successful entrepreneur owns millions of dollars, luxury cars, houses, and everything. They think that that's the life. But, this life doesn't come up so easily, gentlemen. What they do is there is a big similarity again over there. And in this point in time, 80% of this 100 people, I mean, 80 out of 100, all of them has gone to zero more than thrice. That's an interesting number. That means they become a millionaire and then again they gone to zero and then they come back. So the journey is not a flat line. The journey has ups and downs. So the fact here is failure is not about falling down. The failure is about not rising up. So one of the gentlemen, he said me that, Majid, if you go to a boxing match, when you fall down, the referee doesn't comes up and says, hey, you lost. Rather than that, referee counts 1, 2, 3, 4 up till 10. So the failure is the one who doesn't rise back. Okay. So falling down is not a problem, but rising back is essential. So if you wanted to be a successful entrepreneur, you have to build your character, your mindset in such a way, even if you fall down, you will analyze it and you will rise it back. So the failure is about not rising back. It's not about falling down. So do take a note. That is the critical aspect of all these guys. They become zero, but again, they came back to millionaire and a billionaire. So that's what we as a entrepreneur, we should be having that. And the last and the most important thing, which I noticed among those 100 people, is avoiding noise. And they have a clear goal that what they wanted to become. And as they move on, the goal gets evolved. But this people, they used to avoid the noise. So there is again a famous saying, with one of the successful entrepreneur in India. He said that, hey, the people are only two types. One, those who are successful, that is, those who are focused, and other, those who are distracted. So it's not about failure, it's about distracted. So building a character, building a mindset which gives laser focus on what you wanted to build is super critical to become a successful entrepreneur. So, guys, these are the four essential crux that you should inculcate and that you should develop in your skill sets and your mindset. Only then you could able to become a successful entrepreneur. Or if you look out any successful entrepreneur, they will have traces of all these four. So do start practicing it, guys. And honestly, having this practice for a consistent 5 years, you would be a different person on sixth year. Mark my words. So start implementing, guys, and start growing. So that's all for the day, and have a good day and all the best. Thank you. Bye bye.